Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. After a frustrating loss to the Detroit Pistons, Lakers manager Rob Pelinka finds himself in panic mode and needs to understand as quickly as possible that with this squad he has no chance of going far this season. The fans are disappointed and demand that several players be changed and that Rob Pelinka brings players in a position to fight for the championship. Cam Johnson is the best option at the moment. Will Lakers sign Cam Johnson? You should make this deal as urgent as possible and then make other negotiations, because the Lakers need 2 to 3 great players. For years, the Los Angeles Lakers have struggled to find a two-way wing to fill out their front court alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They currently employ Rui Hachimura and Jared Vanderbilt, both of whom are significantly more impactful on one end of the court than the other. As combining those two players is probably against the rules in the current CBA, the Lakers must instead find such a player on the trade market. Cam Johnson is the top two-way wing on the trade market. The Lakers have the pieces necessary to meet the Brooklyn Nets' asking price. The question, once again, is whether Rob Pelinka will push those chips into the middle of the table. Johnson would immediately solidify the Lakers' front court and become the team's best two-way role player, on nights he's focused defensively. He's currently hitting 42% of the 7.6 threes per game he's attempting. The 19.1 points per game he is scoring is the highest of his career. Most importantly, though, he's played in 27 of the 28 games Brooklyn has played so far this season. If he's able to stay healthy and continue scoring at anywhere near that pace, he'd take the Lakers back in the direction of defensive versatility and shooting that helped win the 2019-20 championship. Acquiring Johnson is going to be expensive. He's the most sought-after trade piece this year outside the stars on the market. Every team in the running for the playoffs could use a player like Johnson, which will allow Brooklyn to essentially set its price. Johnson also doesn't have a great track record when it comes to availability. Last year, he played in only 58 games for Brooklyn, which was a huge improvement over the year prior, when he was available for 42 games combined between his time in Phoenix and Brooklyn. He's only played 60 or more games twice. While Johnson is the best combination of threes and defense on the trade market, the defense part of that equation is pretty inconsistent, though it's hard to say how much of that has to do with the morose situation he's coming from in Brooklyn. Johnson also has bonuses that increase the amount of money teams need to send out to land him, which complicates trading for him even further. As such, a third team that could take on some salary would need to be brought into negotiations. So, moving the necessary draft capital and contracts won't be cheap, and there's still a decent chance he'll miss time or the defense he plays won't meet the expectations that come with the hefty price tag. An NBA team's identity can be fickle throughout an 82-game regular season. And the Lakers' 117-114 loss to the Detroit Pistons on Monday night showed they're still ironing out their latest one. Through the first month of the season, the Lakers' offense carried them to a strong start. The following month, their defense either kept them in games or outright won them. Monday's game looked like more of the former, but without the victory, as the Lakers dropped to 16-13 and saw their 3-game winning streak come to an end. The bad teams probably go through 20 to 30 identities, the good teams probably go through 8 to 12 identities, first-year Lakers head coach J.J. Redick said earlier this month. The really good teams probably still go through 3 to 5 identities. It's a long season. LeBron James had 28 points, 11 assists, and 11 rebounds for his 8th triple-double of the season, 120th of his career, for the Lakers, but he missed a long three-point attempt at the buzzer. Anthony Davis had 19 points, 10 rebounds, 6 rebounds, 2 blocked shots and 2 steals on a night when the Lakers turned the ball over 20 times, leading to 28 Pistons points. "We were just loose with the ball," Davis said. "We were trying to make the right plays. but they do a good job of creating turnovers, and it's hard to win a game with 20. But we've just got to be better with the basketball, everybody. That's what was the difference in the game. When we were in the half court, we were pretty good defensively. But the turnovers were a big part of why they won. Lakers continue to show inconsistencies in disappointing loss to Pistons. The Lakers saw their win streak snapped on Monday behind turnovers and inconsistencies, two things that have continued to plague them this season. For the Lakers, time seems to stand still as they remain a frustrating team to watch, with an equal amount of hope mixed with frustration and despair. On Monday, we got both sides of that coin, with Los Angeles stunk it up with their 18 turnovers but shot extremely well, going 54% from the field as a team and 46% from deep. Los Angeles found themselves trailing by 10 with 3:44 left in the game, but they didn't go away quietly into the night. Instead, they clawed their way back and had a chance to tie the game in the final seconds of regulation. With the Los Angeles crowd all standing, waiting to explode in holiday cheer, a LeBron James three-pointer failed to fall and the Lakers dropped their second game of the season to the Pistons, who are 4 games under .500. With the winning streak over, the questions that followed post-game were all about why the team couldn't take care of the ball. "We knew ahead of time that they were going to shock or blitz at times," Redick said. "I'm not sure why we were so surprised by that. Then a number of them were playing in tight spaces, and then a number of them were just dribbling the ball off our foot and dribbling the ball out of bounds, passing to Malik Beasley so he can make a three. They capitalized every time we made a mistake." Redick was right about former Laker Beasley cooking Los Angeles. He had 21 points and went 5-10 from three-point range, which really opened up the game for Detroit. The Lakers' turnovers are not an anomaly but more so a trend. Over the past 5 games, the Lakers have committed at least 18 turnovers on 3 occasions. You don't need to be an analytics wizard to know that is not a recipe for success. Underscore 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 underscore. Part of the issue was LA opting to go with more small ball lineups. With Jackson Hayes and Christian Wood both out and no signs of imminent return, Redick's only big options besides Anthony Davis are two-way players Armel Traore and Christian Koloko. On Monday, he DNP'd his backup bigs and went small instead. It didn't work, as the team was outscored during those minutes and his guards were careless with the ball. On the defensive side, they couldn't contend with the physicality and size of the reserves as the Pistons bench scored 52 points to go along with 38 points from the Detroit starting guards in Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham. Redick was pretty short with his comments on how the small ball units performed. "Not well because we turned the ball over, but we like what we saw with Rui Hachimura at the 5 in Sacramento and wanted to give it a look tonight," Redick said post-game. Despite the small ball units getting annihilated and the Lakers allowing the Pistons to score 28 points of their self-inflicted errors, there were some bright spots. Max Christie had his best offensive game of the season, scoring 17 points on 50% shooting. Gabe Vincent has clearly rediscovered his jumper, converting on 3 of his 5 three-pointers, and Cam Reddish gave a gutsy defensive effort. Unfortunately, whenever the Lakers get strong performances from certain players this season, they seemingly get a counter-performance as well. Austin Reeves was a shell of himself, committing a team-high 6 turnovers. AD slept-walked for long stretches, blew a layup late, and his free throw struggles continued, going 4-8 from the charity stripe. Even LeBron, as great as he was, missed an open look late to seal the team's fate. If there can be a kernel of positivity to Monday's loss, it's that the team didn't quit. They were down by double digits late and could have folded and emptied out the bench. Instead, the Lakers fought back and nearly snatched a victory from the jaws of defeat. It's not much, but it's something they can hang their hat on. "We didn't let go of the rope," Reeves said post-game. "We kept competing. We got some big stops, rebounds, so, for us to make that run and give ourselves an opportunity to send it to overtime is a positive, but at the end of the day, we lost, and that's the reality. Losing's never fun." Monday's game was a microcosm of the Lakers' season so far, bright spots littered around a host of negatives. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back for the Lakers so often this season. Instead of heading into a Christmas Day matchup against the Warriors on a 4-game winning streak, they are now again facing questions after another frustrating loss. As much as things change for the Lakers, they seem to remain all the same.